What is up, YouTube? Today we are here with a rant about Manchester United. Me personally, just myself, could put out like 10 videos about Manchester United alone, but
Good.
somehow we've been limiting. Okay, to start off, they had a Champions League game against Copenhagen. They
Wait,
lose.
who? Who?
Exactly, who? No, I'm just kidding. But they end up losing 4-3, leading 2-0, and end up losing 4-3.
I think they're eliminated.
I believe they're bottom of the table. They just keep losing. And I heard the commentators say in the highlights that this is their first win in the group stage or something. Copenhagen.
That's pretty sad. Pretty sad. I mean, I think they're eliminated because their next match is against Bayern Munich. I mean, United is home, but as we all know, away or home, they're still trash. I think the last 3 years, to be honest, not even like recently.
So, oh man. So
Yeah, I feel
Rashford still doesn't do anything. In this game, he did something, which was get a red card.
I think United is doing so bad that everywhere there's a post about football or soccer, whether it's like Messi, Rob Ballon d'Or, Ronaldo still top form because he's scoring bunch of goals in Saudi Arabia. It doesn't matter which post you see, somewhere in the comments, I swear there's something that says it doesn't change the fact that Maguire has more goals than Rashford and then the other United forwards. Like that comment is everywhere. Like that's pretty bad.
How much time are they planning to give this manager, dude? How much time? In press conferences, he says all the right things. He talks a lot. But when I'm seeing him in the game, he's like as if he's a fan. He's just like this, just
You
watching
know,
the game.
they said Ronaldo was the problem. Okay, cool. He left. What happened? Nothing changed.
You know what changed though? No goals.
That too, yeah.
Look at where they are in Champions League now. Okay, everybody blamed Ronaldo, but I think he qualified them last season with his goals in Champions League.
As much as United not playing good, even when Ronaldo was there, at least if he got one good cross or one good play and then someone passes the ball to him, he would at least finish. Obviously, he wouldn't finish every single one of them because he can't carry the team. But at least there was more dynamics in the third halves and up. But now there's like, I don't even see long shots. I think if they don't juke anyone, there's not gonna, yeah, I don't even know what they're playing anymore.
No one's a threat these days. But even then, even last season, Ronaldo was carrying the team actually. Whether people want to admit it or not, that's how it was.
Boy, and I think just his presence, right? And this is not to like, you say, what do you call it? The Ronaldo was solution, right? But just having him in the team, there was still a lot of defenders distracted by him that would allow Rashford or Anthony Martial or Sancho to be more free and more space because they're focusing on Ronaldo. Now, no one is dangerous. People don't really have to worry about anyone other than just getting their area.
Oh
And
no.
if I'm correct, the last time United was good, they actually eliminated Bayern Munich with Nani and Rooney.
And they might never get there again. Look at these comments. Massive respect to Copenhagen for gifting United 2 goals to make this game more even. Rashford has the same number of goals as red cards this season. Two clubs battling it out. Classic. Two small clubs. When Eric Ten Hag said eras come to an end, he meant winning was coming to an end.
You mean the good era was coming to an end?
You
You know,
always
when
love an underdog story in football. Unfortunately, it wasn't to be for Manchester United today.
when Arsenal fans make fun of United, that's pretty low.
Oh yeah, this one. The third goal was a penalty, and Garnacho was celebrating like this to the fans.
Oh, really?
Yeah, bro, you aren't in any position to you aren't in any position to be doing that, nor is your team in any position.
Do you know what would have been even funnier? If the fans would would have say it back. Every single fan.
When I saw him celebrating like that, I was like, bro. Irony is Rooney scored a winning goal for Copenhagen. 17-year-old Rooney.
That was his name. Dude, I'm just gonna say I love Rooney as a player. I don't love Rooney retired. Dude, I bet if United buy Suarez, Suarez still would do more than what they have.
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Or Benzema.
Or even bring Ibra back from retirement. Like he said, he could do more than most forwards these days.
Dude, I feel like directors are gonna get fired before the coach.
Now comes the worst in people. When their backs are against the walls, even Ten Hag is throwing Rashford under the bus.
Marcus Rashford had a party hours after the derby on Sunday night. Were you aware of that? Did you approve of that?
Unacceptable. I told them he apologized, and that's it.
That's case closed. It's
No, for the rest is an internal matter.
Dude, this has been like the most Manchester divided that I ever seen. Is players blaming each other, talking smack about one another, coaches, and just everyone just throwing everyone under the bus. And I think that's where the problem is with United. No one wants to take accountability. Dude, it might be even better if they're losing and they just go up and say, yeah, we suck.
What pissed me off today is that I saw a video of their training session and everyone was just all laughing and smiling as if they're top of the league and everything. Like I get it, it's in the past, move on and just have a good time and stuff, you know? But still,
Well, think about the people who have great teams and who win. They just personally don't like to lose, and they put in the effort too. They're not just slacking off in training. Well, you have to do both, right? You could train really hard, but you also don't have that mentality. You probably won't be as great. You could be a mediocre team, but you have both. But United has none.
I get it. Teams like Real Madrid, or even now, since last season, they won the treble, Manchester City. Maybe they can slack off in training here and there, mess around. But Manchester United as a team are in no spot to be messing around, joking around in practice.
But then that's where the coach should come in. And remember, Ferguson, I think he was kind of too tough on players, at least from what some people talk about him. But at least he would not let anyone slack off. But like you said, I'm just surprised that the coach hasn't gotten fired yet or sacked. And honestly, if I was a coach and I was losing that many games, I would have resigned myself.
But that's the thing. This guy seems to have a big ego, and I don't think he would ever do that. And then another thing that really irritated me is that I literally just saw a press conference that he was in, and he was like, "Oh, in the beginning of the game, we did almost everything right. We dominated, we played well, this and that. And then the red card happened, and then we lost control of the game, and then this and that." Bro, stop saying your team played well. You better play well against like teams like Copenhagen. No disrespect. Not only for 25 minutes playing well, a full 90 minutes you should be playing well against teams like these. And this guy has to take accountability, like you said. Him and the players. You can't just say, "Oh, we played pretty well, but because of the red card, we lost." Doesn't really matter, red card or not. Bro, this is Copenhagen. It's not like it's against Manchester City and you got a red card or something, right?
Yeah, no respect to Copenhagen or even
Yeah.
Galatasaray, but they also lost to them.
Exactly.
This is important enough, how to be a winner and how to be dedicated and passionate for the game, right? And I think that's why a lot of players lack now is the passion, right? Gundogan, remember they lost to Madrid 2-1, right? And then Gundogan said, I was disappointed that after the match, and it's a Clásico too. Players in the dressing room were kind of just like, we lost, like it was a regular game. He said no one was mad or had any type of anger that we just lost to Real Madrid and that we're probably going back down in the table and we're losing important points. And I think that's the difference between players who are good but don't take it a step farther with the mentality. And Gondajan just won a treble, so he also knows. And that's what Barca needs, more players like that, or any team for that matter.
And not only the treble, he's been winning a lot of trophies. So that mentality is what sets you apart from the rest.
Yep.
That's the winning mentality, the drive, the passion, like you said. You know who brought that at Manchester United? Cristiano Ronaldo, but they
You,
didn't like it.
you know who brought that to football? Ibra. No, but you that is very true because people will compare Messi and Ronaldo a lot, right? Messi has different reactions than what Ronaldo has in the field. But every time they would lose and their team was not playing well, they both get angry. And people make fun of them for getting angry or for, but that's part of the game and that's their winning mentality of I don't like to lose. They're not just saying yes for themselves, but they're saying I also don't want the team to lose. And people forget that part. But instead, because they were so big players, they instead would troll them and stuff.
Everybody thinks it's for them, but they also demand the best from other players.
Mhm.
The best, no slacking.
And see, Ibra probably didn't win as much as other players, right? But his winning mentality made teams around him sometimes better, and he gave you great highlights, despite whether he won or lost. He was there for the passion and for the winning mentality.
And I remember there were some games like when Ronaldo was still at Manchester United and they lost and kept on losing, and he would walk off the field like all pissed, shaking his head and stuff. I don't know if you remember that.
And
But
people would troll them.
people were trolling him for that. But here we are, a season or two later, no passion or drive from anybody to win, no accountability.
And like you say, they just slacking off, laughing in training after they lose, just walking off like nothing happened. That's showing that they don't really care. They just care for their paycheck at this point.
To back your statement up, Rashford just signed a new contract. And ever since that new contract, he hasn't done a single thing. They're probably there for the paychecks. I kind of want to talk about Neymar since we're on this topic. He does go for the money, but when he plays and he's on the field, he's got that mentality to win.
To be honest, I did feel bad for Neymar when he moved to Paris. A lot of Barca fans, he chose the money, blah, blah, blah. Which is true. But people don't understand that he also chose to go there because he also had this dream that he wanted to be a Ballon d'Or winner. If he played next to Messi, he was not gonna win that. And I appreciate that he went on his own journey. It just ended up that because people were talking smack about him, the French press also didn't really treat him well.
Ankle injuries and stuff.
That was not his plan. He didn't say I'm gonna go to Paris and get injured. Like no one wants to get injured other than Pogba, I guess, but
Paul Pop. What's my name? Paul Pop.
Yeah, that's a great point that you brought up. He, at Barcelona, he was supporting cast basically under Messi. You'll always be supporting cast under Messi. All the attention is going to be on Messi.
and that just goes to say how great he was, Messi and Ronaldo. Because think about those great players that were at Madrid, but how they all got outshined by one person, and people just forget that they were just these two players who were above everyone basically. And that's why I just appreciate it even more that Neymar decided to go on his own journey, despite the money and all that stuff.
Even every time he plays for his country, you could tell the drive was there. He was trying to win for his country.
I'm not saying that Brazil was not gonna get smacked by Germany, but when he didn't play, look what happened. There was no danger for Germany, so they didn't really have to watch any other player. And he almost won Copa America against Argentina.
And during that game, he was like trying his hardest.
That game, he was carrying Brazil. If you watch the final, he carried Brazil to the end. He got foul hard. That was like the first game I saw him getting foul. And Rev wasn't calling things because of his knowing for always going to the ground, he was putting his heart out. And I feel like he even knew this might be my moment to shine or one of my last important games with Brazil.
And more credit to him that he had like really bad injuries, like ankle injuries and stuff, and he never changed his playing style.
Yep.
He's taking players on still.
If any of you guys watched the Beckham documentary, yeah, on Netflix, I believe. Because I know people are mocking people for going to Saudi Arabia, right? When Beckham retired, he was saying, yeah, I love playing. I didn't want to retire, but it was taking longer to recover after games. I was always in pain in my legs. And if Neymar's getting injured, I'm sure he's probably way more pain now and takes longer to recover after all those injuries. So why not get paid a lot of money and go to a weaker league? Like that makes sense.
And even during this previous World Cup, I think it was the first game against Serbia or something. They hit him on his ankle, and you could see like pictures post game that his ankle was swollen. But he still worked really hard and ended up getting back on the field that same World Cup.
And just so you know, Brazil has great players. I personally think they haven't had a great coach in a while. Well, this is the funny thing. United supporters are saying United is trash. That's the sad part.
There's no denying it. Whoever is denying this is delusional.
If it happens to Chelsea, it's okay. But it happens to United, yes, it's not okay.
I don't even know how they're in the top half of the table right now. They should be in the bottom half.
I mean, I'm surprised too. People say it's the best league in the world. Someone plays like trash and they're half of the table. I don't get it. But anyways, we could keep going on and on and on. Any final thoughts, Anthony?
United sucks.
I didn't say it, he said it.